Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuhu. A pleasant day to everyone, most especially to our professor, Dr. Manuel Roman. I am Najmus-Sahar P. Kandao, or you can call me Miss Naj. Today, we will learn about the types of personality. So, what is personality? The word personality stems from the Latin word persona, which refers to a theatrical mask worn by performers to play roles or disguise their identities. Personality refers to the enduring characteristic and behavior that comprise a person's unique adjustment to life, including major traits, interests, drives, values, self-concept, abilities, and emotional patterns. They also describes as the unique patterns of thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that distinguish a person from others. So I have here 16 personality types from Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, or MBTI. Myers-Briggs is one of the world's most popular personality tools. So first are the inspectors. Inspector are introverted, sensing, thinking, and judging. They can be considered as intimidating personality type to approach, especially without a prior relationship. Inspectors or ISTJs appear serious, formal, and proper. ISTJs' major strengths are hard workers. They seek logical outcomes and choose facts over emotions. They strive to fulfill obligations and follow rules. ISTJs' weaknesses are lack empathy, refuse to accept new ideas, to perform poorly under pressure, second-guessing themselves, and ultimately losing sight of their goal. Next is the counselor. Counselors are introverted, intuition, feeling, and judging, or INFJ. They are visionaries and idealists. This personality type oozes creative imagination and brilliant ideas from every pore. They have different, frequently profound, way of looking at the world that is not always understood. Their strengths are compassionate and strive to help those around them. They also renounce social norms if they are harmful, and they are also personality types love to express themselves and share their creativity with others. Their weaknesses is to hold themselves to unrealistic standards. They feel attacked if their beliefs are questioned, and they can be overly independent despite craving companionship. The next one is the mastermind. They are introverted, intuitive, thinking, and judging. This personality type tends to be quiet, reserved, and comfortable in their own company. They prefer to work alone than in a group. Socializing significantly drains the energy of these personality types. So their strengths, they are independent and fiercely ambitious. They are rational thinkers. They are rebel and push boundaries with their unique creations and clever ideas. And there are three major weaknesses. They can't be tolerate blind obedience or pointless rules. They tend to isolate themselves and maintain few close relationships. And they often dismiss others' opinion and talk down to this they feel are incorrect. Next is the giver. Givers are extroverted, intuitive, feeling, and judging, or ENFJ. Givers are eternal people pleasure. They are idealistic, charismatic, outspoken, highly principled, and ethical. ENFJs rely more on intuition and feelings, living more in their imagination than the real world. Their strengths, they believe everyone's voice should be heard. Givers strive to bring out the best in others. Givers are natural born leaders. Givers' three weaknesses are focused too much on future possibilities instead of minding the present. They struggle with confrontation. They can come off as suffocating or belittling, especially if they don't respect boundaries. Next is the crafter. Crafters are introverted, sensing, thinking, and perceiving, or ISTP. So, crafters are the mysterious one and often misunderstood people. They typically defined by rationality and logic, but is also capable of spontaneity and enthusiasm. They are spontaneous, unpredictable individuals, but they sometimes hide those traits from the outside world. Their strengths aren't afraid to get their hands dirty. They are practical and driven by common sense. They are adaptable and can be thrive in most circumstances. And their weaknesses, they are non-committal and have a hard time settling down. They are insensitive communicators. They are extreme introverts who often alienate people around them. Next is the provider. Providers are extroverted, sensing, feeling, and judging, or ESFJ. They are the stereotypical extroverts. They effortlessly social, born of a need to interact with others. This desire to make others happy usually results in a popularity for the ESFJ. They often tend to be the cheerleader or sports hero in school. The strengths are deeply care for others and often participate in community roles. They excel at creating harmony in social situations. They always follow through on their commitments, and their weaknesses are highly susceptible or peer pressure. They take criticism poorly, often becoming defensive during discussion. They are also quick to judge others and also themselves. Next is the idealist or introverted, intuitive, feeling, and perceiving, or INFP. Idealists are the introverts, quiet, and reserved. They prefer not to talk about themselves, especially upon first meeting a new person. They spending time alone in quiet places. INFPs also love analyzing signs and symbols, often considering them to be a metaphors. Idealist strengths are hard workers. They seek logical outcomes and choose facts over emotions. They strive hard to fulfill obligations and follow rules. Idealist weaknesses is to spend more of their time alone despite of craving interaction. They are so preoccupied with their thoughts and they can focus on reality. Idealists also optimism often blinds them to the harsh truths of reality, limiting their worldview. Next is the performer. Performers are extroverted, sensing, feeling, and perceiving, or ESFP. ESFP or performers commonly seen as entertainers. They are thoughtful explorers who enjoy learning and sharing what they learn with others. ESFPs live for company and typically have strong interpersonal skills. They are warm, generous, and friendly. Performers' strengths aren't afraid to step out of their comfort zone, especially if there's an audience. They are easy to approach and most people feel comfortable engaging with them. They are enjoying, experimenting, and trying new things. Performance weaknesses is to fail to plan for the future. They tend to act first and think after. They are highly sensitive and criticism. Next is the champion. Champions are extroverted, intuitive, feeling, and perceiving. Champions type is this personality type is highly individualistic. Champions are not followers and care little for the status quo. Instead, they strive toward creating their own methods, looks, actions, habits, and ideas. The strengths of champions are can hold meaningful conversations with anyone. They can find adventure around every corner. They are open-minded and caring. Champions' weaknesses often move on from one project to another without completing either. Champions overcommit to projects and people, leaving little time for themselves. They often struggle with their convictions. Next are the doers. Doers are extroverted, sensing, thinking, and perceiving, or ESTP. Doers or ESTPs live for social interaction, drawing power from feelings and emotion. They enjoy logical process and reasoning, provided this does not stand in the way of freedom in thought and deed. This personality type prefers to leap before they look, fixing mistakes as they go. Their strength is to push boundaries and question things. They value open and honest communication. They are innovators, finding solutions nobody has thought of before. Their weaknesses can be blunt to the point of insensitivity. They dislike being bound by rules, conventions, and policies. They have poor decision-making skills. Next is the supervisor. Supervisors are extroverted, sensing, thinking, and judging, or ESTJ. ESTJs place a great deal of emphasis on traditional values. These include organization, honesty, dedication, and dignity. ESTJ or the supervisors will act as the leader of the pack and extol personal views. They are the epitome of good citizenry. People often look for supervisors for guidance and counsel, and this personality type will always be happy to provide such as an assistance. Supervisors strive to set a great example. They respect authority as long as they agree with their duties. Supervisors have exceptional organizational skills. Supervisors' weaknesses are rigid traditionalists. They are workaholics who struggle to find a work-life balance. They become defensive when faced with opposing opinions. Commander. Commanders are extroverted, intuitive, thinking, and judging. Commanders' primary concern is managing external circumstances with logic and discipline. ENTJs or commanders are the most natural leaders among the 16 personality types. They always relish the opportunity to take charge. They live in a world of possibilities, often viewing challenges and obstacles great opportunities to push themselves. They have natural gift of leadership, and also they are the take charge people who do not like to sit still and allow life to happen around them. Commanders' strengths have tremendous belief. They are always see the bigger picture. They know how to stay calm when under pressure. Commanders' weaknesses are don't appreciate unsolicited ideas. They are impatient and struggle to tolerate people who take their time. They often appear rude or cold to other personality types. Next is the thinker. Thinkers are introverted, intuitive, thinking, and perceiving. Thinkers or INTPs are highly regarded for brilliant theories and unrelenting logic. This personality type is arguably the most logical of all. They love patterns, have a keen eye for picking up on discrepancies, and possess the ability to read people. This personality type lack interest in practical, day-to-day activities and maintenance. So thinkers' strengths are observant, often noticing hidden details and patterns others do not notice. They are motivated to learn and explore. They are innovative thinkers. Thinkers' weaknesses tend to fixate on their ideas. They are indecisive and they tend to isolate themselves from others. Next is the nurturer. Nurturers are introverted, sensing, feeling, and judging, or the ISFJs. They are philanthropists or the one who make an active effort to promote human welfare. They are always ready to give back, and any generosity received will be returned threefold. They are the most warm and kind-hearted personality types. Harmony and cooperation are important to the nurturers, and this type is likely to be sensitive to the feelings of others. The ISFJ is valued for their consideration and awareness and often bring out the best in others. Nurturers' strengths are continually strive to make the world a better place. Nurturers give their all, achieve their goals. They also are proud, altruist. Nurturers' weaknesses are fiercely resistant to change. They give too much and struggle to walk away from bad situation. And nurturers take things personality. Next are the visionary. They are extroverted, intuitive, thinking, and prospecting. This personality is among the rarest in the world. They are extroverts, reject small talk, and may not thrive in social situations. ENTPs or visionaries are intelligent and knowledgeable, and as a result, they need to be constantly mentally stimulated. ENTPs are logical, rational, and objective in their approach to information and arguments. Visionaries' strengths are they can quickly adapt their thinking to discover a solution. The visionaries are capable problem solvers. They are on a lifelong quest for knowledge. Visionaries' weaknesses is to get bored quickly and rarely commit to long-term endeavors. They are rule breakers who push the boundaries whatever the cost. They are masters of procrastination. And lastly, the composer. Composers are introverted, sensing, feeling, and prospecting, or ISFP. They are introverts but may not always seem this way. Composers has difficulties connecting to the other people initially. They eventually grow warm, approachable, and friendly. Composers are fun to be around and very spontaneous. This makes them the perfect friend to tag along with an activity planned or unplanned. ISFPs find wisdom in understanding, so they find more value in meeting new people than other introverted personality types. Composers' strengths are easygoing. They are highly determined once their mind is set on something. Composers are deeply fascinated by life's subtle beauty. Composers' weaknesses are highly emotional and prone to overreaction. They dislike planning for future and avoid long-term commitments. They are overly competitive and don't handle loss or failure well. So these are the 16 personality types. And for me, I belong to the performers who are extroverted, sensing, feeling, and perceiving. How about you? Did you find your personality type? I would like to know. That's all, and thank you for listening. Wassalam.